Hello and welcome to the Quietly Talking Movies ASMR channel. My name's Matt, and in this video I'm hoping to be starting a bit of a different strategy in my recording schedule. Up until this point, not just schedule but also format, let's say. Up until this point I usually made videos which were focusing mostly on like a bundle of films, whereas moving forwards I think that it is better to actually record shorter videos, however in a more frequent manner, and by that I also mean focusing on singular releases at a time per video, just in order to be able to record more videos and also post more videos. So I hope you understand that, and this is the reasoning behind this video is actually as short as it is. So since I'm actually focusing on only a single item today, I'm going to show and unbox a release that I got today, which is Apollo 13 the Film Vault Steelbook edition. As I've mentioned on my video when I showed my 19th of August releases, Apollo 13 also came out on that day. However, for some reason Amazon decided to split my shipment, and they decided to ship this movie on Friday. So today's Friday, as time of the recording, and I actually got that beautiful steelbook. This is one of the films that I really liked to watch when I was younger on TV. It was playing all the time, and every now and again, and there's something really endearing about that film. It's the space, it's the it's the thrill of being stuck in space. It's the beautiful cinematography, great acting by the not just the lead trio in that film, just Tom Hanks, Bill Paxton and Kevin Bacon, but also by the supporting cast back in Houston, Ed Harris and Gary Sinise. So I really loved that film when I was younger, and yeah, looking forward to watching that again, and in 4K, which apparently, from what I've heard, is actually looking pretty decent. Okay, so without further ado, let's unwrap that boy. And again, for some reason, Amazon's packages come with a tear. Is that a new standard that they're doing? Look. It's so weird. Okay. That's the cellophane off. And here's the actual item. So just like I showed the Shawshank Redemption on Monday, this is exactly the same thing as you're getting on the Film Vault Standard Edition, the ones that were actually being sold in between 2020 and in 2023. What I mean by that is that the artwork is the same key artwork by Matt Ferguson and Flory from Vice Press. At the same time, you're getting the acetate O-ring, which wraps around the steelbook itself, just like it did the the actual custom slip box in the original version. There's nothing to worry about. The certifications are stickers, and I can pull them up like so. Yeah, so here's the back, but in general there's nothing much that we're actually getting with these editions. The price of these editions was £30, British pounds, and when it comes to the actual extras, it's definitely less than what you were getting normally with those standard editions from Film Vault. So these steelbooks are essentially bare bones. There's just steelbook involved, discs, acetate O-ring, nothing else. So we're not getting a poster, we're not getting any art cards, we're not getting any new cool details or anything like that. That was the domain of the standard editions, which is fine. I do believe that on exclusively for the Vice Press website, you could order those steelbooks alongside with the original print poster for £50. So the same price as of the standard editions. Now, if you're thinking £50 for a steelbook and a poster, that's a little bit steep. Bear in mind that, as far as I know, the Film Vault, the Vice Press copies of that were coming with the I believe it was a 3 or even a 2 size poster. So it wasn't like the standard poster that you were getting with that could fit within the steelbook, right? That we're sometimes getting, and it's almost like the A4 sheet size. No, they were actually the big posters, and the ones that Vice Press is actually famous from. Yeah, so for £50, I guess that was a little bit worth it. On my side, I don't know if I would actually be able to keep that kind of poster anywhere. So in a way, I guess like I'm fine with the smaller posters if they would actually come out. Okay, so without further ado, let's dig in on how the steelbook actually looks. But essentially it's going to be the same as the standard Film Vault edition. There we go. That's the steelbook. As you can see, it is just like the others from Film Vault. This is a, oh my god, apologies. It's a steelbook, of course. We're handling a steelbook. I don't want any fingerprints on it. Apologies about that. So as you can see, this is a standard matte finish for the Film Vault, and yeah, to me, I love the matte finish steelbooks, so I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, that's the front cover. Is the same artwork by Matt Flory and Matt Ferguson and Flory, which is actually showing the Apollo 13 with the math equations showing it how it's actually going to be orbiting and coming around, so it actually comes down safely to Earth. Here's the spine, pretty simple, all black, Apollo 13. The universal logo at the bottom, whereas the back, it's also matte finish, no spot glossing or anything, and it shows the inside of the Apollo 13 as it looks on the moon. And to be honest, that doesn't seem to be like a good, like the new artwork that wasn't previously featured on the standard edition. I do believe we got something similar on the standard editions. However, I can't put my finger on it, so don't quote me on that. Alright, here's Steelbook inside. And yeah, just like we were getting in the standard version, we got the 4K disc, and as was with the Film Vault editions, we're getting a new artwork on the disc, exclusive to these editions. Right. Here's the disc for the Blu-ray with Tom Hanks. Some of that was actually, I think, on the left side. That was the right side, Kevin Bacon. And it's a dual layer disc, 66 gigabytes. And I believe the digipacks that you were actually getting within the standard editions, so Kevin Bacon and Tom Hanks were actually on the discs, whereas if you actually unwrapped the digipack, you had Bill Paxton somewhere in there as well. So it's not that they're actually missing someone. And the inside of the Steelbook is quite interesting. You actually get the mission control from the Houston headquarters. Very nice indeed. Actually, I like to have my 4Ks up front, so Tom Hanks goes back, Kevin Bacon goes front, and that was the Steelbook. Yeah, I'm very satisfied with that. It's a beautiful film, so I'm very happy to actually own it on 4K. One of the reasons why I basically sold my original Film Vault edition in favor for these Steelbooks is the fact that I didn't like the fact that the Film Vault editions were oversized. I don't like oversized box sets or any editions like that. So, you know, as you remember, the Film Vault editions were like this. They were quite big and didn't fit nicely in the shelf. I actually like the editions which actually have the same height, at least, as the normal editions. To be fair, I don't even like the editions for a singular film, which are actually really wide. That's why, for example, I don't buy some of the collector's editions of Studio Canal releases because they're really wide. So if you've seen the collector's editions of Conversation, this thing is like this big, or The Wicker Man, it's this big, it's massive. And it just doesn't look good. Also, it's one of the reasons why I don't get the second side releases. They're also, for a single release, they're actually pretty wide. Okay, nonetheless. So I thought that I'm going to spend the rest of the video just telling you a little bit more about what do we actually get inside. So I'm just gonna put it in here. This is what you're actually getting with the edition. This is what you're getting in terms of special features on disc, alright? So you're actually getting a Steelbook with original key art by Matt Ferguson and Flory from Vice Press. We got the acetate O-ring, which is this thing, you know, and the feature film on both 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray with special features. So as I mentioned, there's nothing exclusive or bonus that you're actually getting with those editions. It's just bare bones film, Steelbook, and a slipcover. That's it. Alright. Let's check out the special features. So when it comes to special features, there's actually a couple of featurettes in here. We got Lost Moon, The Triumph of Apollo 13, the making of Apollo 13. So it's a featurette on the making of Apollo 13. Another featurette, Conquering Space, the Moon and Beyond. We got Lucky 13, the astronaut's story. As well as a featurette, Apollo 13, 20 years later. So probably some featurette that was produced on the 20th anniversary of the film. And we got 2 feature commentaries. One is with director Ron Howard, and the other is with Jim and Marilyn Lovell. So if I'm not mistaken, Jim Lovell is actually the character played by Tom Hanks in the film. I think it was Tom Hanks. When it comes to the actual technical details of the film, right? So please be aware that this film actually is in HDR10, so it doesn't feature any other HDR grading. It's not in Dolby Vision, or it's not in HDR10 plus. It's a standard HDR10 that we're getting. When it comes to audio, we are getting DTS-X master audio. So the DTS equivalent of Dolby Atmos. Unfortunately, I don't have DTS-X supporting equipment, but even when it basically down levels the DTS-X to DTS 5.1 surround, it's still very, very nice to experience. And the film itself, you can't actually see that because it's always, like for Universal, it's always in small letters. And that the feature runtime is 2 hours and 20 minutes. And the feature presentation is in 2.35:1 aspect ratio. Alright. So this is it. This is Apollo 13. Steelbook edition from Film Vault, and this is also me saying goodbye for this video. As I mentioned, I'm just going to keep it kind of like short and brief and up to point when it comes to the singular releases. Also today, what arrived was the Criterion Collection release of Scorsese shorts, which I'm going to be unwrapping right after this video and posting it sometime soon. So please, if you like this video, please click like and subscribe, and yeah, there's going to be a lot more videos coming forward your way. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.